What are you doing? Do you think that's a toy?
No.
No. Are you sure?
No.
It's attached.
Huh?
It's attached to my head. It's my hair.
No.
Yes. Hey guys! You want to say hi?
Hi.
Clyde's sleeping. I really didn't want to do this on my phone, but both of my camera batteries are dead because I'm neglectful. One of them died, and then I put it back, and I forgot that I put it back without charging it because it has to be in my camera to charge it. It's really annoying, actually. I don't suggest this camera at all. Whoops! I shut it off without it. This camera, the Sony CyberShot, worst camera ever. I'm 16 weeks pregnant. That's pretty crazy. You're gonna have to sit somewhere else because I keep staring at you, and it's getting kind of awkward. Crazy kid. Oh my gosh, I can't do this. I feel the baby move every single day, and I have been since like the 14-week mark. That's pretty crazy. I've got a couple of things to update on. I'll do one on my hair. Eventually. My camera's dead. I'm gonna piece stuff together. I should probably just like edit and publish what I have now. But anyways, oh my gosh, I can never stay on track. Anyway, 16 weeks, feeling the baby move every single day, all day long. This thing doesn't stop moving. Like, it's pretty intense. But I will say, complete opposite of any other child that I've ever heard of, even though it's like that big. Yeah. Give or take. Like, I don't know, what, 5 inches or something? That big, somewhere around there. It's growing at its own pace now. Even though it's only that big, I can feel it throughout the entire day, kicking and squirming, and it's already even hitting my bladder, which that's another subject. But at night, when I lay down to go to sleep, it balls up and then stops moving. So that would be actually kind of nice because babies don't know day and night. What they know is typically the movement throughout the day lulls them to sleep, and then at night when you stop moving, they wake up. And that's why after you have your babies, they don't typically sleep too well during the night for a long time, if ever. My boys still don't sleep well, but that's the pattern. And then during the day, they generally nap, even as newborns. Newer borns, I wouldn't say newborns because newborns are up all the time nursing, but they nap more often. It's just habit. It's a habit of their entire life until they're born. So that's what that is. So I think that that's really funny. It literally balls up. And I will have to get a picture or something. Back in August, the 23rd to be exact, I went into an OB that I see for things like this, not necessarily for the pregnancy, because unless I feel like there's a reason I need to go and see them, I don't do the checks. They don't do pap smears, absolutely not. Which, look it up. There's absolutely no reason for them to go looking in your vagina for stuff unless you have reason to. If you're having pains, if you have a discharge, if you have a reason for them to look in your vagina, then sure. But them doing it just on a regular basis, it's a money scheme, and ridiculous, and frustrating. But, so I don't let them do that. And they don't need to check the heartbeat because the baby's moving. and I just don't go. I mean, they don't. I check everything at home. I have a fetoscope. I know how to check my fundus sizing. I can feel the baby now. So, so I went into I was actually seeing a CNM, clinical nurse midwife, because they're still a midwife. They're not a midwife. I've mentioned this a ton. I have thoughts about them that may not be agreeable, but they're medically driven, overrated nurses for the most part. Some of them are good. I haven't found one yet, but I've heard of some that are good, which is awesome because you have crappy doctors, good doctors. Anyway, so I see this one who ends up being a useless midwife. Military something or other, so she's literally canceled on me like 3 times when I've wanted to see her for this. So I went back, rewind, back in August the 23rd, because my bladder has felt, I mentioned it in other updates, I think it was even before I got pregnant, actually, my bladder has started feeling really, really sickly. It wasn't like a UTI or anything, literally just my bladder, super sickly. My urine, no matter how much I drank, was pretty yellow and always clouded, like, cannot see through it. Do I have a kidney infection? What the heck is going on? It was awful, seriously nasty. So they did a urine sample, and they never got back to me. So I thought, oh, okay, well, it's clean. And then the symptoms never went away. And they just kind of kept getting worse, but they weren't changing into, like, actual UTI symptoms or bladder, what I would think bladder infection would be. Until... Well, yeah, you shut the closet door on yourself. Last weekend or something, it got to the point, my pains have been growing since my ovarian cyst ruptured. I had like a week or something, and then this, whatever's going on with my bladder really hit, and my pains have kind of been growing, so I really thought that I had another ovarian cyst. And, be easy with that, please. So I ended up going to the ER because I couldn't stand up straight anymore. It was like 3 days in a row, and eventually I was just, in tears, woke Tony up like, hey, you gotta take me to the ER. I'm so sorry. Like, my doctor had already, she canceled on me twice. The day of, for one, right before my appointment, and then they just ended up canceling, calling, and leaving a message. So I was done with her anyway. She's useless. What's the point? Anyway. So I go to the ER, and this dude is stumped. He was very thorough, but he couldn't figure out what the heck was wrong with me. They took a urine culture. He felt around everywhere, and they did an ultrasound on my ovary again. On both ovaries, there wasn't any cysts. I had been cramping really, really bad. No spotting or anything. I wasn't worried about the baby. Darn it! Everybody's like, oh, it's a baby. It's not the baby. The guts, my gut's making, it's fine. It's not the baby. I'm not worried about the baby. It's my other flippin' organs. Anyway, so he actually listened. And, turns out they sent my urine off to get a culture, a urine specimen off to culture over the weekend, and, it turns out my bacterial level, which your, urine should be neutral. There shouldn't be anything in it. It should not have any bacteria content in it. What is that called? Sterile. There we go. So he started me on an antibiotic for my bladder in particular because, well, I didn't let him do a pap or anything because at the time I didn't have a yeast infection or anything, but antibiotics destroy my body. I even took probiotics this time to try to help fight against that for the rest of my body, and it didn't work, but anyways, so I've been on antibiotics for that. I've got like 2 days left out of a week. The first 3 days of it, there was no benefit, like there was nothing changing, and then slowly the pain started kind of going away, and it's kind of withered away till now. I still have some slight pain in my right side, but baby time. So the pain's going away, and I told Tony, because I'm just completely out of ideas. Nobody knows what the heck is going on with me. So I told him, I was like, I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. I don't know if that's the problem or what, but I'm done. There's nothing else I can do. I keep trying to get help and everybody's ignoring me or has no idea what's going on. So I'm just, this is it. This has got to be it, right? So the pain started going away, and I'm not, typically I mind over matter, but this isn't the kind of pain that I can talk myself out of. It was legit. Like, I have a really high pain tolerance, and it was awful. And then I go to release all my forms, because I got a different OB. I like to keep an OB for things like this. This OB, I was actually with Clyde. I kept one of the partners, was my OB, because just for the same thing, if I have a UTI or something, because my body doesn't react well at all, really, to natural cures or whatever. So it's actually a different OB that's in this practice that my sister went to, which he's just freaking phenomenal as far as OBs go. Super weird. He's not like all the medically driven other ones. It's really nice. So I went there and I got all my information just from being there for a few months. And I'm looking through it because I'm going to read what they've written. And there's my test results from the 23rd of August. And I have bacteria in my urine. And they logged that it is cloudy. And she ignored it. She ignored my test results. She ignored my symptoms. She didn't call me back. Nobody discussed this with me. When I actually called in for the results, they told me that everything came back fine, which is not what the paper said. So I've been dealing with a bladder infection of sorts that has literally been going on for August, September, October, over 4 months. So that is why I've been in excruciating pain. So the pain's starting to go away. I'm really hoping that that's it. Yeah, that's been awful. So that's been one thing. And then at the beginning of last week, we went to my sister's house and spent a few days, and we've been nonstop sick since then. I never get sick, so I blame it on the pregnancy and my immune system being down. But the boys are never sick, and they have just been one thing after another. Fever after weird rash, snotty nose, clears up, snotty or gooey eyes. Like, it's just been constant for 2 weeks. I've had 3 different kind of, like, nasal and throat, or nasal and chest colds in the last 2 weeks. Like, they completely clear up, and then I get hit with one with completely different symptoms. It's really frustrating. Diastasis, recti. I can never frickin' pronounce it. As you've learned, if you watch any of my videos, decently educated on some things, but I can't pronounce crap. I don't know why. But it's where your abdomen muscles, because you as a human are literally split in half, and everything's connected by tissue and all that good stuff. So where your muscles connect, your ab muscles, slowly with Ollie, mine started to separate, and then they kind of went back together. They weren't too bad. And then with Clyde, because he was so big, and they had already kind of been weakened, they got pretty good, and then didn't really go back. It was basically like this, like the gap right here. I could always fit at least like 1 or 2 fingers in between it, between the base of my ribs, like the center of my ribs, to below my belly button. But now, already, with this one, at 16 weeks, I have a 4-finger gap. Like, it's really bad. 4 fingers, let's see. My 4-finger gap is 3 inches. I have a 3-inch gap from the base of my, like the center of my ribs at the bottom, down to the bottom of my belly button. I'll put a picture in there. It's pretty wicked. It's pretty bad. Hopefully I can do some, I should have done exercises after Clyde, because I didn't think that I was going to have any more babies, and I should have fixed it, and now it's destroyed. So hopefully I started to get a little bit of a umbilical hernia with Clyde, so I hope that doesn't come back. I don't know. Hopefully it's not bad enough to where I need it surgically corrected. So that's awful. It's really weird. I can feel the muscles flex on either side of my stomach, but there's literally nothing for the whole center. If I lean backwards slightly, it completely pops out. It's really weird. It's not the baby that's popping out. It's a weird angle. It's my tissues and between my abs because there's actually no muscle there, and then my other organs and such are kind of like pushed behind it. Eventually, when the baby's big enough and we'll kick over it, you'll be able to see it pretty good. I guess I have an anterior placenta, which makes absolutely no sense why I can feel the baby so much. Not necessarily by touch, but if I put my hand on there, then I can really feel the pressure on the inside. But even walking around, I can feel the baby kicking like crazy, which an anterior placenta means it's on the front of your uterus, and it creates a thick tissued wall. So it's kind of harder for you to feel. It doesn't have any nerve endings or anything in it, so you don't really feel anything. It's been cushioned. So that doesn't really make any sense. That's kind of weird. I don't know what else. Other than that, okay, well, my nausea's completely gone. My gag reflexes skyrocket, super crazy. Never had a gag reflex like this. I think about gagging, and I'll start dry heaving, but it's not nausea, which is really nice. It's kind of like hard to swallow my prenatals and vitamins and stuff, which I've never had a problem with, so that's kind of fun. I don't know if it's because of my dreads or what, but I'm getting a lot of dry patches. I have psoriasis of the scalp pretty bad. Typically, when I stopped using shampoo for a while, I started using natural shampoo again, but stop picking your nose! Ew! Stop it! You're gonna touch your brain! And I only wash my hair once or twice a week, which you only should anyways, and it has nothing to do with these. That's what I've been doing for a couple of years now. It's helped my scalp a lot, but I've been getting a lot of dry skin patches all over my face, really. It's really weird and annoying. This kid, that's a new, I put some extensions in, so it's kind of stiff. Remy human hair extensions, but he loves it. Keep poking me with them. I think that's it. Okay, I've said that like 5 times now. Other than showing you guys my belly. That's got to be it, right? Right? I don't know. Okay. Well, I'll show you my belly then. So with Clyde, I looked like I was pregnant on twins. Not only because he was over 9.5 pounds, but because of my abdominal muscle separation. So this time, if the baby's anywhere close to Clyde's size, I'm going to look like I'm pregnant on triplets. It's going to get pretty crazy, which sucks because I'm not going to have any clothes that fit, but here it is. 16 weeks, baby number 3, clothes on, and don't make fun of me. I officially wear maternity pants. Well, my sister just gave me maternity pants, and I looked through them. They're so comfy, and I can't do any of my pants up. What's that? It's hard as a rock. Down here, not here. That's the all baby down there. Weird, but yeah. Alright, sorry guys it takes so long. It's because we've been sick and all sorts of other stuff, and he's grumpy, tried to do it while he was napping. That didn't work, so you guys have wonderful however long it is until I see you again. Enjoy your week and weekend. I know I'll enjoy mine.